The approach is that you go to a potential lender or potential business partner, and you just show them your passion about real estate. You talk about real estate, you talk about the deals that you've done and the success you've had and maybe the plans that you have. And then you don't directly ask them for money. What you do subtly is after you've sort of gotten them into your world and they're interested and you're having this engaging conversation, hopefully, you would say to them something like, do you know anyone who would be interested in investing?
Let's talk about money, because money is always
Sure.
something that challenges people. And you decided, and your business partner urged you into this about, hey, we need to look at private money. Where did you go from there? Because some people get the concept that there's people out there who will loan me money who aren't banks. Where did you start with that?
As you know, I'm a student of the game. So I read everything under the sun. I watched all the podcasts. I watched all the YouTube videos. That's how I came across you and in your book. And the biggest part of that was Bigger Pockets for me. And I remember in one of the books or one of the podcasts, or maybe both, Brandon Turner was talking about what his approach is. And it's a very basic or simple approach to how he finds partners or private money. And I've sort of followed it and expanded on it myself. And the biggest thing about it is the approach is that you go to a potential lender or potential business partner, and you just show them your passion about real estate. You talk about real estate, you talk about the deals that you've done and the success you've had and maybe the plans that you have. And then you don't directly ask them for money. What you do subtly is after you've sort of gotten them into your world and they're interested and you're having this engaging conversation, hopefully, you would say to them something like, do you know anyone who would be interested in investing? And because you've already explained that your business model involves private money, you've explained how it benefits the potential lender, where probably you're giving them a fairly high interest rate, much higher than what they would earn in a money market account, and with presumably less risk than the stock market. Our private money deals, we are paying at 10% interest only, guaranteed loans, secured loans. And so I talk about that with the person, but I don't directly ask them. And I just ask them, do you know anyone? And more often than not, they'll start scratching their head, and maybe they won't say it at that point, but they might say it later, or they will come right out and say it to you. Say, well, I have some money and I'd be interested. I'd be interested in putting some money in and investing. And for me, I started with my circle, people that I knew, obviously in the professional setting, they're attorneys, and you actually be surprised. I went to a lot of attorneys who have money, or you think they have money, and they're very, very sort of cagey about it. Like they didn't really want to put that money out there and risk it. And this is a total tangent again, but a lot of attorneys, even though they're, even partners, they have more of an employee mindset, honestly, than they do of an entrepreneurial mindset. And, they might look at traditional investments like stocks and bonds, but they're not necessarily thinking private money, or, I don't know. I don't want to invest that kind of money. So what I ended up doing to begin with was to go to friends and family and immediate sort of circle acquaintances and expand from there. But for the most part, most of the people that have invested with me have been people who are in my immediate circle. And they're not necessarily millionaires. They're not super wealthy. Most of them are people who are older, who don't want to go out and buy properties themselves and, do the work and learn and take those types of risks. They'd rather have their money, which they've accumulated over time, work for them. And, obviously I try to explain to them, and they, they're sophisticated enough to know that it's not a risk-free thing, but because of who I am and who's coming to them with this opportunity, knowing that I've done deals before, that I've been successful with them, knowing that I have pretty solid financial backing myself with my career, my resources, they know that it's a pretty safe bet, and they're betting on me more so than they're betting on any particular deal. And so that's been kind of my approach as to, my approach to how I was able to get private money.
If you'd like to listen to the full interview I had with Vitaly, be sure to look at the link below where I have a link to the podcast where you can hear more about his story, how he got started, how he bought his properties, where he got the money, and how he started working with his partners to buy his 50 plus units in 10 years. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you don't miss anything. We've got a lot of other videos related to real estate and financial independence that I think you'll enjoy. And if you like the topics of creative financing or using private money or alternative forms of financing, I think you'll like my playlist, which I also have linked below, that shares different strategies like credit partners, buying with seller financing, buying subject to the mortgage, that'll help you to buy more deals without having to go to the bank and get a traditional loan. So I hope you enjoyed that playlist. You've been watching Coach Carson TV. My name is Chad Carson. You can also call me Coach. And this is a channel all about investing in real estate, achieving financial independence, and doing more of what matters. See you next time.